One thing you should always check before buying a T25. Now, T25s are prolific for rusting. They're famous for it. They're an absolute nightmare. And I've got one in right now for restoration. I've done hundreds of fucking T25s and T3s, whatever you want to call them. I've done loads of them over the years, loads and loads and loads of them. So I know the main problems when it comes to fabrication and welding and bodywork and such. Now, two things, two important things to check on a T25 when you're buying it. This one hasn't actually got one of them, is the gutters, right? If it's got a high top or something like that, the gutters, I can virtually guarantee that the gutters will be rotten and it might not look that bad, but if it does look a little bit bad, I'm telling you, it's dreadful, right? Underneath will be dreadful. You bring it to a restoration shop, they'll have a heart attack, you'll have a heart attack, and it'll all be a wasted money. So, unless you're willing to do the work yourself, if the gutters are starting to go, don't even bother. It's far too much heartache involved. It ain't worth it. Number two, it's the front scuttle, valance, whatever you want to call it. Never, ever in my life have I seen a T25 that has not got this issue, or at least starting to have this issue. This is what's behind the front bumper. Now, I've started making headway here. You have this panel that comes down. It has two folds on it. It's spot welded front ways and it's spot welded rear ways as well. It comes down like a T-piece. This is an additional piece that comes in and is spot welded for a little bit of extra support. And all this does here is collect water, pretty much from factory. Now, it was never done very well. It's basically a lip, an overlap lip that's spot welded all the way along, and after a very short amount of time the paint will split. It will let the moisture in. This is from factory. It will let the moisture in, and then before you know it, you've got the front end of your van rotting out. So I say always check for it, but I'm going to say it probably is always there, and just know that you're going to have to prepare yourself for the bill that comes, because that is, I've done a lot of T25s, I've done a lot of cars, a lot of restoration, a lot of custom builds, a lot of fabrication, welding, everything I've done, you know, I've been around the fucking block. This is probably my most unpleasant job. And what that means for a customer is it's going to be expensive. One, I'm not charging more because I don't like the job, but you have to charge more because there's so much more time involved. It's not simply a case of cutting it out and welding a new panel in like anything else, right? Do a door skin, you take it off, cut it out, put a new door skin in, weld it in, you're done. Front panel is so hard because, I'll show you why it's expensive. Believe it or not, this tiny little lip here, this solid lip that is part of the actual front crash bar, stops you getting in with any power tools. You can't get in there with a grinder, you can't get in there like the cutting disc, the flat disc, you can't come from above, you can't get in there at all. You can't get a drill in there to spot welds, because if you go from above, you're blocked off. So it's just a fucking nightmare. Belt sanders ain't really got the minerals. You'll be there a bloody long time with a belt sanders, grinders, loads of whole different amount of different tools trying to get in there just to be able to even cut that out and remove that bottom flap to put the new one in. Putting the new one in will take me about 5 minutes. Well, half hour, right? Take about half hour to weld it in, no problem. I mean, I was a fabricator for years before I was doing this, so welding, not a problem. But getting that out without dissecting the rest of the front of the van is a fucking headache, and it takes ages. And it just, if it looks rusty and you ain't prepared to deal with it yourself and you don't want to spend thousands on it, just don't buy it. It's literally that simple. Save yourself the problems. Other options, well, there ain't really any. If you want a T25, I suppose you're gonna have to suck it up, because I don't think you'll find one that hasn't got it. But yeah, that's my 2 little T25 tips for the day, and love you all. Toodle pip. See you in a bit. If it helps, like the video. Bosh. Much love.